Join me on an exclusive tour through Mountain Park Ranch, Ahwatukee's crown jewel, one of our premier master plan communities where you can hike where you live. We're located at the base of South Mountain with over 51 miles of trails at your doorstep. Discover upscale homes, the stunning views of South Mountain, and the epitome of high-end living. I'm Cynthia Worley, your luxury real estate and lifestyle expert in Ahwatukee, Phoenix, Arizona. We're going to take a drive in the car, and I'm going to show you the neighborhood that I've lived in for the last 28 years and help buyers buy and help sellers sell. About 1,000 houses over the past 23 years. So this house behind us is a house I sold maybe 2 years ago. It is a one of a kind that I represented the original sellers, the original owners on it, and they found this model in a different neighborhood and had T.W. Lewis build it for them here. So it's a great single-story split floor plan that you will not find in Ahwatukee. It's not an originally Ahwatukee type of home. Really cool. This next house we're headed up to, I've sold a couple of times. Let me take you over there and show you. So we've got this house back on the market now for the people who own it. They bought it through me. I had it listed years ago for the original owners, and it's a great house. Probably the most popular two-story floor plan in this community because it's got two primaries, and the main primary bedroom suite is downstairs. That's something everybody loves. But the buyers that currently own it, the reason that they bought this house, I think, was the photos of the sunset off of the balcony out back and over top of the mountain. They actually weren't in town. I worked through one of their family members, and she told me it was that picture and seeing those sunsets that were off that balcony, which was why they bought it. So it's a really great property. We're going to head to the next house. This one's really special to me. So I sold it here last year to these owners. This house is the same model that I own, and my daughter and I came down here for playgroup when she was 2-3 years old. My first group of friends in this neighborhood, we all had kids that age. Those kids are now 29 years old. So I've known this house for decades and had the pleasure of knowing the original owners as well. They sold to the people that I sold to, and like I said, it's a great property. Again, all three of these homes back to the hillside, which is something that's really special about Ahwatukee. There are not very many places that you can find homes with these incredible locations and views for the kind of prices we've got here. So this house, just a couple of doors down, is one that I just closed on end of this year and sold it for some very dear friends of mine. This property set huge records as far as prices. It's a single story, just under 3,000 square feet, and this is the one that sold for the 1.26 million. There's never been a house in this neighborhood or in this area that sold for that kind of a price. And spectacular house, great backyard, and this one's probably the most popular single story floor plan in the market in this particular neighborhood. It's a split floor plan, and it also has the living room and the dining room split, so it creates a lot of options for different people. And that price that I mentioned to you, it was $360,000 more as far as the sale price goes than what the sellers originally told me they thought, or they were hoping to get for the house. They didn't necessarily know, but they were optimistic, and we beat the heck out of it. This next one up here, you can see the cars in the driveway. It's a two-story. So I actually sold all three of these in this road. So this house I sold kind of in the second half of 2022. It was just after interest rates hit a number that caused the market to stall. And so it was the second half of 2022, but they had found the perfect house to buy up north and needed the proceeds out of this house to get it to be able to make that move. We sold it. It topped the market. This was the first house in our neighborhood to sell for over $1 million. Since this house sold, I've sold several others for $1 million, but to date, only agent who's sold a house in this neighborhood for over $1 million. And this is the one we started with. We're going to take a left here on this street. There's several house properties that I've sold, including this one here on the corner. I sold that a couple of years ago, and again, that's another example. It's a single story. It set records for the time. We had multiple offers, went well over list price. The one I really want to show you is this more recent sale up here on the corner. At 2,400 square feet, this is the smallest model in the neighborhood, but it sold for a spectacular price, over $100,000 more than anything similar had done. It's this one right right here on the corner. And it's interesting because this house does not have a big backyard or anything spectacular from a yard standpoint. I'm going to pull around the corner and you'll be able to see it. It backs to this 2-story, which usually isn't ideal, and it's a fairly narrow yard in the back with just enough room for the pool. What made it special is the interior design they had redone a remodel, and it was completely on trend, really fantastic. And that's what buyers paid for. We market according to what is going to get our sellers top dollar in today's market where the buyers are buying. What we're going to do is we're going to head up the hill. I've got a couple more houses I want to show you that have sold that are interesting. I've sold a lot of these houses in this neighborhood, many of them, and several of them, just like some of the ones that I showed you today, I've represented the sellers on them more than once. But this next one up here, we're going to go up to the top of the hill and see a property that the current owners purchased with me 12 years ago, and it has been a great house for them, raising their family, their young family, and now I have the pleasure of listing it again and have it in escrow, so it's sold. It'll sell the end of this month, towards the end of this month, to a new family with kids looking forward to raising their family in this house. Here you can see our sale pending sign right there. It's so fun to see the families come through here and just how much joy it brings them. And so this will be also the second time that I'll represent the buyer on this as well. So this one I've got both the seller and the buyer. There's one more house I'd like you to see in this neighborhood. Again, I could sit there and I can tell you that if you just look across there, I sold the one on the end and I sold the one next door to it, and I've sold many of these houses along this street. Those are all, again, hillside. This next one that I'm going to show you is an interior lot. So although we have a lot of hillsides and they're spectacular, and I've been able to pull top dollar for them, this one here is an interior lot, this 3117, and I sold this last year, towards the beginning of the year. It came on the market a little bit before the holidays, and so traditionally, or typically right before the holidays and going through the holidays, is a slower time on the market. I do say it's a great time to be a buyer, and it's a great time to be a seller because not that many people put their houses on the market. We didn't get the contract until after the first of the year, but it was amazing how after the first of the year the market picked up last year, and it's happening again today. One of the things we're seeing is on our listings, and you see we have a lot of them, that we're getting a lot of showings now. So things are heating up. But this one, it did extremely well, and the buyers actually paid more than the appraisal value for it. So we got the property, we got it sold for top dollar, and appraisals don't always come in, but the way that the buyers understand the value and how it's the dream house, and there's not another house that they wanted, and they made their decision to buy this house, and they agreed to that value, and that's what they ended up paying. So I'm going to take you up here. I can show you another house that I sold, and again, they've been in there for a while. These properties sell quickly, and sometimes even the best clients that know and trust me, it's hard for them to get their head around how quickly they sell, and sometimes even the pricing. They're very valuable houses, and we do really well. These clients I've been working with for a while, a couple years to find the right house. These are great clients, great friends. It came on the market, somebody bought it, and then I was just out talking to neighbors, and they mentioned that those buyers are getting ready to sell. So I came down, I talked to the seller, and sure enough, they needed to sell. Brought my clients on down. They agreed to let me show it. Brought my clients on down, and they bought it. And we were able to put it together. I represented, again, both the buyer and the seller. It was a great situation for the sellers because they didn't have to get their house ready for market. They didn't have to show it. Only one buyer came through. The buyers are super buyers, and it just really worked out for everybody. And they've now been in here a couple years and love this home. This one's a great example of why you want to work with a realtor who lives in the neighborhood, lives in the community, knows it well, knows the people, and is out there looking out for you. This charming village offers an extraordinary blend of residential tranquility while being conveniently close to everything you could ever need. The Mountain Park Ranch community, which spans over 2,700 acres and comprises nearly 4,000 homes across 9 sub-communities. The moment you set foot here, you'll be greeted with awe-inspiring views of surrounding mountains, sprawling parks, and an array of recreational amenities, including 3 community centers that include heated pools and relaxing spas, pickleball courts, tennis courts, a children's pool, and playground area, volleyball courts, picnic spots, and so much more. And if you're considering buying or selling in this neighborhood, this place is a haven for those seeking a luxurious lifestyle. What's more, you're just a stone's throw away from essential amenities. There's no shortage of shopping, schools, libraries, and well-maintained roads that provide quick access to everything you need. And if you're an outdoor enthusiast, you're in for a treat, as South Mountain and the Desert Classic Trail are just minutes away. Explore 16,000 acres of natural beauty. Speaking of natural beauty, the weather here is fabulous. We're shooting this video at the end of November, and trust me when I say that this is the best time of year to be in Arizona. Mornings are crisp, and the days heat up to a comfortable 78 degrees. You'll find everyone out and about, enjoying activities like biking, hiking, morning farmers markets, and more. This is truly the perfect season to call this place home. Just a mile or 2 away from here, you'll find all the grocery store choices you need, including Fry's, AJ's, Safeway, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Sprouts. And when it comes to dining, you're in for a treat. Walk over to Florencia's Pizza Bistro for a delightful glass of wine, or enjoy a romantic evening at the Melting Pot, where you can experience a unique and interactive fondue dining experience. Hillside Spot here is one of my favorite small local diners, and they've got some great stuff. Looks like they've got the fire going out on the patio area, and we can go sit at the bar. So come on in. So this is Hillside Spot, great local gathering. Lots of people like to go hiking on the weekends, and this is a great place to come for brunch afterwards. So the counter here is one of my favorite places to sit. I love watching what's going on in the kitchen and just visiting with the people. One of my favorite dishes here is the Suki bowl. They do have draft beer, they've got wine. Locals, we can see our local police officer over there talking to the guys. And they've got just an awesome menu. All kinds of brunch items, the coffee like I have. One of my favorite brunch items is huevos rancheros, and they do a phenomenal job of it. There's really nothing bad on this menu. It's good all day long. Starts with breakfast items, sandwiches, and all kinds of great things.
Best food in town. We got live music on Fridays. And then we have all 20 regions of Italy, and we do almost everything from scratch. And we have a lot of desserts. We got veal dishes, seafood, shellfish. We get fresh fish from Rocky Point.
For families, the schools in this area are some of the best. The public schools in the A+ rated Kyrene School District are within walking distance. Additionally, there are parochial schools, spacious, private schools, and charter schools, offering parents a plethora of educational choices. For those who love outdoor activities, Pecos Park is a must-visit. It boasts multiple pickleball courts and a fantastic dog park catering to both big and little dogs. I love bringing my dog here to socialize and enjoy some quality dog time. I've personally lived and sold homes in this community for over 23 years. I understand the true value of homes in this area and what it takes to sell your property quickly at a premium price. So rest assured that you're in capable hands. I create videos that give you all the information that you need to live, work, and play here in the Ahwatukee, Phoenix, Arizona market. For more real estate tips, neighborhood tours, and exclusive content, explore the rest of my channel. If you have any questions, or if you're thinking of selling a home in Ahwatukee in the magic zip codes of 85044, 85048, or 85045, feel free to give me a call anytime.